On private jets, taking trips. Come back at 6, wake me and your child. And then won't lay today, make me wonder who you might have been playing with. Makes me wonder who you think.
I am so excited to see you. I am so excited to start this new series of 30 days of intentional wellness. This is day 1 of intentional wellness. I feel good, my mind is right, it's a Sunday. It's a great way to start the week. I'm off. I already bought my groceries and I'm ready to get into it. So today I'm going to take you through what the everyday is going to look like, from my eating habits to what I'm going to be doing mentally, physically, all of the things. And I'll be showing you the different tools that I will be, striving to use and do for the next 30 days. So I'm going to first start off today with go ahead and getting breakfast started. Now, usually that won't be the normal routine, as I work from home, yes, and I have a lot of flexibility and leisure time, but I really do like to start my day with the gym. And I can start the day with doing a workout or whatever, but again, it's the weekend. I have more flexibility and time to move around how I want to, so I didn't get up super early how I usually do for the gym, and so I'm a little hungry. So the first tool in the arsenal I will be using is Miss Tony Fine Fit's cooking book herself, honey. If you don't know who this is, go search her on TikTok or social media or Google. You can probably Google the lady, okay? She sits on the internet and she tells you her story about how she has lost her weight and how everybody else is big backs, and if you no longer want to be a big back, respectfully get her book. So we're gonna try it out, because the back is a little wide, okay? And we got plans this summer. So not even just, having plans. I do want to be more, physically fit, not even in just a vain way. I really do want to take care of my body and feel the best when I am at my healthiest size, my healthiest weight. You just feel more full of energy. You just feel more confident, all of the things. And as I have been breaking through, getting out of depression and being in my heartbreaking stuff, I am ready to be back to being my best self. And I feel like maybe I'm a quarter of the way there. I don't know. So this is what we're going to do. Now, I ain't gonna do too much, give you too many recipes or whatever the case may be. But the first 2 weeks, you are starting off on a detox. So we're about to go make one of the breakfasts, and then we'll get started with the rest of the day. Workouts after that. Let's go. All right, so here we are in the kitchen. I'm about to try to do my breakfast and what I'm going to do for lunch/dinner all at once. I find it better for me to just, when I am cooking, to just go ahead and do all the meals, especially when I'm attempting to meal prep, because if I don't do it right there in the moment, I will get lazy and not come back and cook the rest of the meals how I'm supposed to, and that causes me to eat out and all of the things that I'm not really trying to do at this point in time, especially for the next 30 days, as I'm trying to be intentional about my wellness. So I already made my sides for my dinner/lunch, and I'm saying dinner/lunch because I can have what I'm eating for lunch as dinner, or I can make the other protein, because pretty much essentially it's the same proteins that she is suggesting that you use, and then different variations of sides. So I'm gonna keep my sides the same, because I am one of those people, again, I need the repetition for me to keep going with something. So I'm going to keep the size the same, and I'm probably going to switch out the protein. Like right now I'm about to make the fish, and then I have the chicken that I can make to go with the sides. But right now I'm just going to go ahead and do the fish. So I'm going to go ahead and season the fish, and then I'm going to start the breakfast. And with the breakfast, I'm not doing the exact thing that's on her meal plan. I'm doing half of it. I don't have all of the ingredients, and a snowstorm just happened here in the Midwest, if you haven't heard, and so I can't go to the grocery store, but I am making up for what I am missing as far as protein and calorie intake. So there's going to be some things that's not on that list, but again, if you get the book, you'll see the whole thing. So cook with me. Alright, so let's get started with the cooking. Like I said in the intro video before this one, I am not going to be chefing it up. If you are looking for a 5-star meal, honey, with all the fixings, this will not be that. And it's not going to be that because I am attempting to eat cleaner. And like I said, for the meal plans that I'm using in Miss Tony's book, she is starting you off with a detox. So I am on the most basic level of foods. She really just wants you to get your protein in, your veggies, and things of that nature. So I can't go too crazy, especially as I am trying to get over my sugar addiction and so many addictions. Again, I just want to have a better understanding of food, a better relationship with food. So we're going to keep it fairly bland. And even when you have the book, she talks about the type of seasoning that you can use, and she wants you to use low fat and, sugar free and all types of seasoning. I don't even think I have the correct seasonings, but at least I can start off with a good meal. There is breakfast, and I'm gonna go eat that, and I'm gonna come back and do my lunch/dinner. So on this meal plan, again, you're just really switching out the proteins. And so the protein that I am picking for the next couple of days will be, she wants you to have white fish, and I didn't really know that there was a difference in fish, honey. So the white fish that she had on there, I think was like cod, tilapia, and something else. So I had tried the cod. It's pretty decent. And I've had tilapia before, but I really didn't remember what tilapia tasted like. So I picked to try tilapia again. So this is just me seasoning it. I do have that low sodium Lowry seasoned salt, so I'm starting somewhere. And there's no rhyme or reason to my seasoning, and honestly, she didn't even have like a way to season it on the meal plan. She just tries to tell you to season it to whatever your desire is. And so I'm just coming up with the list. And if I like how this tastes, I'm happy that I am recording it so that I know what seasonings to put on the next time that I make this meal. Because sometimes when I'm cooking, I'll be like, let me try it like this. And then I forget how I seasoned it. So I'm done seasoning it, putting it on 400, baking for 25 minutes. And we are going to go ahead and head to the gym next. Okay, so I won't bore you with my full gym routine, but I will tell you how I get started, what I'm focusing on, what goals I have for myself currently. So I try to start with cardio. They say cardio is good for building muscle. Cardio is good for, losing weight. And losing weight and toning is something that I'm really trying my best to put my best foot forward and put a good effort into. And if you know me, I don't really care for cardio. As far as cardio, I usually go back and forth between doing 15 minutes on an incline, or I will do the Stairmaster. And so outside of that, I really want to do a full body workout. I usually used to do splits in the gym, as far as I'm doing upper body this day, I'm doing lower body and things of that nature. But honestly, I just want to do it all. And my body might get tired of that, but we'll see. But it is important to me to get a toned back. It is important to me to get a toned arms and really build my strength and have my upper body, as well as it is important to me to have that lower body strength. But to be honest, I've always kind of had lower body strength, as I played tennis as my sport in school. So my legs have always been pretty toned and muscular, and my calves are always rock hard and big. In one of these videos, I'll have to show you one of these days. But I know my back could look
10 times better. I know my arms could be 10 times better and stronger. And I am going to do abs as well. So you're going to just see me doing full body. I'm going to attempt to probably do the same exercises daily. And I'm either going to take some stuff out, add some stuff in. I'm just trying to find machines where I can really feel that mind, muscle, body connection. And that's what I will be doing. So feel free to use anything that you see.
Right. So let's do our midday, mid-video check-in. I've eaten my breakfast this morning. You saw me cook and meal prep my lunch/dinner. I just got done doing my workout. Another tool that I plan on implementing is I've been influenced by TikTok. So I am going to be doing the lymphatic massage. I'm trying to see if it really does give the benefits that the girls say it does give you, with helping you drain and just helping with overall puffiness and constipation and all of the things. So I'm going to be doing that in my 30 days. And then after that, I'll get myself ready for bed. I read one of my books earlier this morning when I first got up. I didn't record that, but I plan on reading another one of my books, so you'll see me do that. And then I plan on doing a hobby every night as well. And so I think I want to do Sudoku. So the only things I have left is the massage plate, doing my hobby, and then journaling. And today I am going to pick the Michelle Obama book. That's another tool that I will be using, and I'll read the prompt with you and explain my thought process on whatever the prompt is. And then we are officially done with day one. Oh, and I forgot, I still have to eat, so I will show you the finished products of what lunch/dinner looks like. So that'll conclude the end of day one of 30 days of intentional wellness. Thanks for stopping by. Let's get going.
Baby, when I say this thing had me jiggling and shaking in all kinds of ways, all kinds of directions, it did. But honestly, it felt good. It didn't feel bad. The only thing that I can say that I dislike is after you've been vibrating for a while, you get the itches, honey. I just get so itchy. My legs get itchy. My back gets itchy. And I don't know, it just feels like your skin is breaking out in hives and you just get this scratching. And I've seen other people say that they have that problem too. And honestly, that's not the only time I have that problem. When I run for long periods of time, that usually happens too. Somebody said maybe it's something in your blood or you're allergic to something. But they said to try antihistamine and do it before you get on there. So I might try to get some Claritin or something like that, because if I do some Benadryl, girl, it's gonna put me straight to sleep. And maybe I do need that because, you know, it is gonna be nighttime. But I usually just use melatonin. I don't try to use something so hard. But I am stretching while I'm on here. I am making sure that I am getting every nook and cranny and crevice of my body that this plate will allow. And again, it really does feel good. It's one of those nostalgic feelings where you was a kid and you used to blow into the fan and you used to make those little crazy noises. It really felt good. So I don't quite know if this is working yet as far as drainage goes, but hopefully over the next 30 days we'll see a change and a change in the feel of my body. Not only the feel, but the look as well. But this is what I'm doing. I don't really know the time yet that I'll do it, but I like it. All right, we are all showered and pretty much ready for bed. So the last things that I want to do for today, for the 30 days of intentional wellness, is read one of my chapters and then also answer one of the prompts in one of the journals that I will be using. So
I wanted to read a book for leisure, which I already read that this morning when I first woke up, when I was still laying in bed. And then I also wanted to read somewhat of like a self-help book. So the book that I am reading is about the attachment styles, and how to work on them and heal them and things of that nature. It is a book that my therapist referred me to. And I have an anxious attachment style. If you don't know what that is, let me tell you. So there are several different attachment styles, right? You have your anxious, you have your avoidant, and avoidant breaks out into several different categories. Like I think fearful avoidant, unorganized avoidant. I'm not too much in depth knowing all about those parts of the avoidant attachment style, as that is not my attachment style. But unfortunately, anxious partners tend to attract a lot of avoidant partners. So I do know patterns, but I'm not super well versed in them. But it's the anxious attachment, the avoidant attachment, and then what you strive to be, which is the secure attachment, which that is what I'm working on, wanting to be in a more healed space, moving in a secure way. An anxious attachment is an insecure attachment style stemming from inconsistent childhood caregiving, characterized by a deep fear of abandonment, low self-esteem, and an intense chronic need for validation and intimacy in relationships. Individuals often experience emotional roller coasters, clinginess, and hypersensitivity to perceived rejections. Key signs of an anxious attachment style: fear of abandonment, which is constant worry that a partner will leave or stop loving them. A need for reassurance, which is frequent, intense, and urgent need for validation. Low self-esteem, which is a poor view of oneself, often blaming self for relationship issues. Clinginess or dependency, difficulty being alone, and a high emotional dependence on partners. Sensitivity to cues, which is hypersensitive to small changes in a partner's mood or behavior. And jealousy/control, which is tendency towards possessiveness or controlling behaviors to manage anxiety. So those are some of the key signs. There are different signs. They come out in different ways. And if you're interested in learning more about the anxious attachment style, if it resonates with you, feel free to leave a comment and I can go more into depth and show you more signs and what some of the triggers are and things of that nature. And just on the flip side, let me go ahead and tell you what an avoidant attachment style is. But that is not mine. So again, I can't go too much in depth about that. I know some patterns here and there, but I do have a basic understanding. But for those of y'all that are avoidant, an avoidant attachment style is an insecure attachment pattern characterized by a strong desire for independence, fear of intimacy, and emotional self-reliance. Developed often from childhood emotional neglect, individuals with this style typically suppress emotions, avoid conflict, and pull away when partners get too close. They often view themselves as self-sufficient but can struggle with long-term commitment. Key signs of avoidant attachment style: hyper-independence, which is a deep need to rely on oneself, often viewing dependency as weakness. Emotional distance, which is difficulty sharing feelings, vulnerability, or providing emotional comfort for others. Push-pull behavior, which is withdrawing or creating space when a relationship becomes too intimate or serious. Deactivating strategies, which is using techniques to create distance, such as focusing on a partner's flaw, longing for a phantom ex, or valuing freedom over commitment. Surface level interactions, which is preferring to keep conversations light and avoiding deep emotional topics. And suppression of emotions, which is tending to bottle up emotions, appearing cool or detached during stressful situations. And again, that is not my attachment style, but usually that is what an anxious attachment usually attracts, is an avoidant attachment. If you are interested in learning more about that, I can read you some of the definitions and causes and triggers that are within the book. But again,
That is not my area of expertise, as I am not that. But if all else fails, seek a paid professional, sweetheart. And then last but not least, the secure attachment style. I'll read that to you. And this is what I am working towards. And this is what everybody should work towards. A secure attachment style is the healthiest relational pattern marked by comfort with intimacy, trust, open communication, and emotional stability, stemming from responsive caregiving in childhood that builds self-esteem and a positive view of self and others, leading to satisfying, committed adult relationships with low anxiety and avoidance. Individuals with this style feel safe exploring the world, but know they can rely on caregivers or partners for support and comfort when needed, balancing closeness with autonomy. And here are some of the key characteristics. Trust and safety, which is believing caregivers and or partners are reliable and will be there when needed. Comfort with intimacy, which is feeling at ease with closeness and emotional connection. Healthy boundaries, which is balancing dependence with independence and autonomy. Open communication, which is clearly expressing needs, feelings, and boundaries. Positive self-image, which is possessing good self-esteem and self-worth. Emotional regulation, managing stress and emotions effectively. Supportive relationships, which is building deep, stable, and satisfying connections. So in my book, I am reading more about these styles, more about how I can heal them, things that I can do. There are examples in the book of people that are going through similar things, what people are doing to change that. There's all types of things in the books, diagrams, exercises to do either by yourself or with a partner. So if you are interested in learning more about that, I do not mind sharing some of what I am learning in this book. But that's what I'm about to do. I'm going to read that, and after I read that chapter, I'll come back and we'll do the prompt. All right, I'm back. So one of the last things that I am going to do for the night is journal in this prompting journal by Michelle Obama called Overcoming. I'm honestly just going to pick a random page. It really doesn't, bother me to skip around, so I'll be doing that. All right, so this prompt is, when have you noticed recently that you felt calm, grounded, or confident? What were you doing when you felt that way? And there are 4 slots where I can write down the moments or the memories. So, when is the last time I felt calm? I would say that I felt calm recently when I just got back in town. And I feel calm, grounded, and confident in that because I know that I needed to come home. I enjoy traveling. As a long distance girly, I enjoy being around my person, but I know where my life is and where everything stands and all the things that I need to do for myself. And it was important to me to do this, to be on this journey of understanding myself more, of healing more, and just really getting to a good place. I want to know my best self, be my best self. And sometimes, yes, that requires a little solitude. And so I am happy to be able to come home and have the solitude as much as I need when I do need it to work on things. I cannot be up under my person 24/7 and get all of the things that I need to do done for my life. One of the weaknesses that I struggle with in relationships is I'm very self-sacrificial. I'm very into making sure my person is happy over me. And so that causes, obviously, an internal conflict within myself. I stop, in a way, taking care of myself, doing the things that I need for myself. Stop cooking how I need to when I know that it's best for me to cook. Stop going to the gym and being on a schedule how I need to when I know that I work better within a routine. Stop hanging out with my friends as much because I want to spend all my time with my person, not having time for hobbies and things of that nature because my time is spent with my person or keeping up with their hobbies or keeping up with their life. So I feel really calm, grounded, and confident with my decision to, yes, spend time with my partner, but knowing when enough is enough and when it's time for me to come back home. So currently, I am back home. I am starting this journey. I will see, my partner and again, and I tell her all the time, as much as I enjoy spending time with you, I also enjoy spending time with myself. It is okay to be in relation and a connection with somebody as well as being an individual. It is nice to have balance. It is nice to have both. It's needed, it's necessary, and that is one of the moments that I will tell you about for the prompts, and I will save the others for myself. I am going to get my dinner. I'll show you my dinner, and then we're gonna call it a night. I hope you enjoyed day 1 of my 30 days of intentional wellness. Thanks for watching. All right, I am almost ready for bed. I'm gonna eat. I'm a cheetah girl, so I got on my cheetah pajamas, honey. If you know me, you know how I feel about my cheetah. So I got my food. I got my Sudoku. That is my hobby that I am doing for the night. Let me show you my food. All right, I got my cucumbers, my rice, my fish. And the night is almost over. We'll see you in the morning. Bye.